Well, good morning. Today is Tuesday, December 19th. It's beautiful out. It's 43 degrees. It's supposed to go up to 47. The snow is melting, but there's a lot of puddles. And I probably could have still walked, but I don't want to walk in the snow because if I have to avoid the puddles, then I got to walk in the snow. Sounds like an excuse if you ask me. Once again, we're in the car. You get to travel with me. I kind of like this kind of year because it keeps me busy, keeps me out of the house, keeps me from wanting to eat. And after I ate so much on Sunday, we know I can't eat a lot. My plans for the day, we're on our way to the bank because yesterday I told you I was cashing David's check. He forgot to leave his check. He brought it with him. So he dropped it off yesterday, but the banks were closed by the time he dropped it off. So I'm going to go to the bank and cash his check and then bring it to him. I'll put it at his house. I'll put it in his bedroom. And then, where else I got to go? I got to go to the dollar store. I can't see spending a lot of money on a Christmas bag because usually they just rip and then you throw them away anyhow. So I just go to the dollar store and buy my Christmas bags. Valerie Reese came up with a good idea. I think I'm going to do that next year. She puts all of their presents in a great big bag. So it makes it a little more organized because I buy for a lot of people. You figure I buy for my 3 kids, their spouses, my 5 grandchildren, then my 2 step-grandchildren, which are grown. They're grown, but I still get them something. I get something for the neighbor next door because he's such a nice young man. I do like him. And what else I get for Birdie. I get for my sister-in-law, Barb. I get for my friends. I'm trying to think who else. Of course, my brothers and sisters, we always get something small. And what else? I know I get for more people. Seems like I buy for a lot of people. Of course, you know, you pull the stocking off at church, you know, to give them for a needy family. You have to do that. Well, you don't have to do that, but you know, I'm blessed with so much stuff, and you know, it's the least that I can do. And I usually get some food, put it in the pantry for the baskets. Oh, the speed trap. I meant to tell you yesterday when I told you about the speed trap here that when I came out, the car that was right behind me, they have an unmarked super sport car. It doesn't look like a police car. It just looks like a super car. And he was right behind me. And he was trying to think he was going to get me. But that is not going to happen because I know that this is a speed trap. Yeah. But anyway, I got to go to the dollar store then to get the bags. And then I got to go to the post office because I got mail. You guys are too good to me. Just too good. I don't know what I'd do without you guys. I wouldn't be on this journey. I tell you that. And I truly mean it. If I didn't have to do a daily vlog and account for my food that I eat, I would sneak it. I would. I really would. I would think, well, who knows? Who's watching? But I pride myself on my honesty, and so I want to be honest. I am not moving very fast with this because I know it's because, oh, you took a little ride there. Were you okay? Hang on. Hang on. I don't like doing car vlogs, but I'm busy. I can't tell you. It's either that or you don't get to see me. I know you'd rather not see me all the time, but you know, that's just the way it goes. You know, someday I'd like to just take a little trip inside my brain because, oh my gosh, it's so sunny. Let's see if I can bring this down. Well, that doesn't even help. I should probably stop filming because I look like Casper, the friendly ghost, the friendliest ghost you know. People say he was a voodoo. I don't know the words. Although Sophia sang it at her Christmas concert. And she knew all the words. It's bright. It's so bright. Nothing seems to be working. Well, that seems to be a little bit. So anyway, and then I gotta go to the post office because you guys can send me more mail. And I had to go somewhere else. Where else did I have to go? I asked Jim if he wanted to go. And he said, I said, oh, we're going to the bank, to the dollar store, and to the post office. Did you want to go? And he went, no. Because every place, well, there'll be lines no matter where you go today. Anyhow, it's Christmas time. So, okay, oh, a Christmas memory today. My memory is from my childhood when I just always remember that my father, I don't know that, I didn't know it at the time because my parents never let us think that, but we were really poor. I never realized how poor we really were until I look back and realized that we were really poor. And but we never seemed to want for anything, and my parents were so good to me. But anyway, my dad grew up in Boston, and during the war he was I don't know exactly, he was like some kind of ship or something. I think he was a cargo ship or something. I don't know. He never, my father never talked about the war. But anyway, I found out from my Uncle Bob that my father's ship was one of the key ships in the invasion of Normandy. Although my father didn't land in Normandy, he was one of the coordinating ships. So where was I going with this? Oh, so anyway, he met my mother when he was stationed in Florida, because his best friend was my Uncle Warren. My Uncle Warren was married to my Aunt Agnes at the time. And he said, I have a nice girl I'd like you to meet when we're in port in Florida. I don't even know where it was in Florida, and so he said, all right. So we met my mom, and they got married, and then they moved to Detroit. And my father's from Boston, so he didn't get to go back very much. But every Christmas, we somehow always got the money. We still got presents, but my father still got the money to fly home, and he would be there for Christmas morning. And we would open our gifts, and at the end, like, we'd have our Christmas dinner, like at 1 o'clock, and then at like 3 or 4 o'clock, my mother would drive. We would drive him to the airport, and then he would fly home to Boston, and he'd be with his family then for Christmas. But I always had such a happy memory of that, because it was just like he was getting the best gift ever, and we were getting the best gift ever because we had my dad with us, and even though it seemed like, excuse me, it seemed like we got so many gifts, but then we're doing our home movies, and I realized that we always thought we had so much candy, and we really didn't get that much candy. So we probably didn't really have that many gifts, but we never wanted for anything. We got whatever we wanted. And if my father couldn't afford to go for whatever reason, he always called. And back then, that was expensive. That was really expensive to call, and you'd call person to person, because you'd want to make, people nowadays find, well, person to person, what are you talking about? But you wanted to make sure they were home to take the call, because you didn't want to pay for a call if they weren't home. But, so that's my happy Christmas memory, the happy look on my dad's face, and both my mom and my dad's when they saw us opening our gifts. Wasn't a lot, but you know what? We had the true meaning of Christmas, and there was just so much love. And if you got a lot of love, you don't need a lot of gifts. So I had so much love, and I'm getting all kerklumped. I had so much love, I didn't need a lot of gifts, because we just had the love of family, and that was all I needed. So I'm gonna go to the bank. I talked for 9 minutes. Such a blabbermouth. Oh, let me turn you on. Okay, let's eat breakfast. I started my day with a prayer. I've drank 50 ounces of water so far. I've only walked 2,102 steps. Yesterday I missed my goal by 16 steps. If I would have known that, I would have got my butt out of the chair and walked a little bit more. But my quote is, you don't have to be perfect to be successful. Every little bit you do helps you get that one step closer to your goal. I have 24 smart points, 0 for my eggs, my berry, my bananas, and grapefruit. Oh, and my tea and water. Forgot to put that on there. 2 points for my pumpernickel toast, 2 points for my teaspoon of butter, and 3 points for my 4 slices of center cut bacon. It's a 7-point breakfast, and I still have 17 points left to go out for dinner tonight. And I plan on ordering a grilled chicken of some sort. So I'll stay within my points. Well, I already shared what I ate at the restaurant on my Happy Meal. I was going to do the Happy Meal together with the my regular vlog, but I'm a yacker. I really am. I talk a lot. And I'll talk to people I don't even know. You like my little reindeer? I got that as a gift. like I said on my other one, if you don't watch the Happy Meal one, I had chicken Marcellus, which was really overdone, and mashed potatoes and too many bread rolls and too many breadsticks and a Coke. I drink a lot of water. But you have to watch my Happy Meal to get my critique of the meal. And Denise drove, because I don't drive at night and she doesn't like driving with me. Go figure. You've driven with me. Am I that bad? Yes. But anyway, trying to think what else I have to talk about. Like I said, I don't have a problem talking. My priest had asked me one time, would you like to be a lector? Because you don't appear to be someone that would be afraid to talk in front of people. And I said, yeah, I'll do it. And I loved it. I really did. I loved it. And it always brings back a memory of, I used to take the missalette home to practice the readings because I didn't want to stumble when I was reading. And in the Catholic Church, your first reading is from the Old Testament. Then you have an acclamation where you sing or you say a verse, a holy verse or something from Scripture. And then the second reading is from the New Testament. And then obviously the Gospel. The priest reads the Gospel. So, you know, I announced the Mass, you know, told them what Sunday it was. Told them the wrong Sunday. I think it was like the fourth Sunday of Ordinary Time or something like that. And, you know, I told them it was the third Sunday of Ordinary Time because, you know, I was prepared. I knew what I was doing. So then I read it. And so then I got up to read the first reading. And I heard everybody flipping through their pages and flipping and flipping and flipping. And I'm thinking, how rude. I'm trying to read to you. Just follow along, you know, whatever. So I thought, whatever. So then I read the acclamation. And so like you say a line, you say a verse, and then the people respond. Well, not everybody responded. If the ones remembered what I had said was the response, then they said it, but most people didn't say it. And I thought, you know, what's going on? So then I did the second reading, and then it was the Gospel, and the priest got up and read the Gospel. And then when he started his sermon, he said, not very many people know that sometimes that Jesus must have had another apostle. And everybody always thought there was 12 apostles, but obviously we have a 13th apostle, and that would be Sandy over there. And I'm looking at him, what is he talking about? I'm the 13th apostle. Well, because she had her own readings. She had her own writings, and so she wanted to read that. She read us the wrong ones. And so I went, what? He says, and the only reason I can bring this up is because I'm not making fun of Sandy. Sandy knows that I'm just saying this in good humor and that I'm not doing this to embarrass her or anything like that because she gets a laugh out of things like this. So I know I'm not insulting her. So, boy, I got a seed in my throat from something. Ooh, it's like a helium cloud. I need to go get a drink of water. 1 minute. Well, the breadsticks I ate, they had sesame seeds on them, so one of the seeds must have popped back up into my throat for some reason. Oh wow! But anyway, so he was just kind of making fun of me. But that's what I loved about him because, you know, he was so down to earth and he really knew people. He knew who he could push to the limit, and he just knew who would be offended. And he knew I wouldn't be offended, that I would find humor in it. And I did, and people in the church laughed. And I don't feel they were laughing at me, they were laughing with me. And if they were laughing at me, in my mind, they were laughing with me, so I don't really care. I told you it takes a lot to insult me. People probably insult me and I don't know it, and then later on I'll think, oh, you know what? I think they insulted me. But at the time, I don't know. I don't care. I just take people at their face value. If you want to be mean, be mean. I don't care. It's a little skin off my nose. Wish you would take some skin off my butt and make me a little bit thinner. But I'm going to get up early for Jim because he's going to have his cataract surgery tomorrow, so we're going to get up early. We got to be there at 7:15. And then, of course, I got to take him out to breakfast. And then I'm just going to come home, go get I have a package I got to go pick up. And that's about it. So I hope you liked the video. I know it was kind of hodgepodgey today, kind of like off on a rant, or a ramble. I kind of rambled, like Ramble and Rose. Do you ever remember the car Ramblers? There was my Aunt Rose had a Rambler, and we used to say, oh, here comes Aunt Rose and her Ramblin' Rose. I remember that. She was a terrible driver. She drove like this. Like in the movies, you'd always think, well, you'd be going like this down the street if somebody really actually drove like that. And she did, and you did go all over the street. Okay, that's it. I can't think of anything else to babble about.